Paul Heyman has been absent from WWE television for several months now. He was brutally attacked by the Bloodline on the June 28 edition of SmackDown because he refused to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. The Bloodline betrayed the Wiseman and powerbombed him through the announce table. Roman Reigns returned earlier this year at SummerSlam and could reunite with the legend in the weeks ahead on SmackDown. WWE has done a few kidnapping storylines in the past and could be prepping to deliver another one in the weeks ahead on SmackDown. The Bloodline could abduct the Hall of Famer on the blue brand as a way to play mind games with Roman Reigns. The head of the table returned at SummerSlam earlier this year and cost Solo Sikoa his opportunity to capture the undisputed WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes. Reigns teamed up with the American Nightmare to defeat Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu this past Saturday night at Bad Blood. The faction could be getting desperate following the return of Roman Reigns, and may decide to kidnap Heyman as a last resort. Sikoa could offer to free Heyman if Reigns acknowledged him as the new tribal chief on SmackDown. Paul Heyman has had a remarkable career in professional wrestling so far. He was a promoter for ECW, a commentator on WWE television, an advocate for Brock Lesnar, and the Wiseman for Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. The 59-year-old was also inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame during WrestleMania XL weekend earlier this year. The legend could decide that his managing days are behind him and return to commentary on WWE Raw. The red brand currently features ESPN's Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett on commentary, and Paul Heyman could provide valuable insight on the announce team on Monday nights. CM Punk appeared on the June 21, 2024 edition of SmackDown and was interrupted by an old friend. Paul Heyman used to manage the Second City Saint and warned the 45-year-old that the Bloodline was coming to attack him. Heyman also asked Punk if he could leave with him during the segment as well. The Bloodline went to attack Punk, but Cody Rhodes showed up with a couple of baseball bats to even the odds. Punk defeated Drew McIntyre at WWE Bad Blood this past Saturday night in a Hell in a Cell match. The former AEW star sold his injuries from the match last night on Raw and noted that he might not be around for a while. Heyman could potentially return as Punk's manager once again down the line on the red brand. Jey Uso captured the Intercontinental Championship from Braun Breaker on the September 23 edition of Raw. Main Event G also successfully defended the title against the New Day's Xavier Woods last night on the red brand, but was attacked by Breaker following the match. Paul Heyman has hinted that he wanted to manage Braun Breaker in the past, but could be solely focused on getting revenge on the new version of the Bloodline at the moment. The legend could approach Jey Uso in the weeks ahead on Raw, and note that Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso have patched things up. Jimmy Uso was kicked out of the Bloodline following his loss to Jey Uso at WrestleMania XL, but returned from his hiatus to attack the faction at Bad Blood. Paul Heyman could try to convince Jey Uso to return to reunite with the original Bloodline to take down Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa on SmackDown. The Rock made his shocking return to WWE in the final moments of Bad Blood over the weekend. The final boss made his way to the entrance ramp, following Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes' victory over the Bloodline in the main event of Bad Blood. He stared at Rhodes and Reigns in the ring, but did not get physical at the premium live event this past Saturday night. Paul Heyman could return to SmackDown in the coming weeks and make it seem like he is on Roman Reigns' side. However, Paul Heyman may choose to betray the original tribal chief and align with The Rock instead. If that were to happen, it could set up a major storyline leading to a clash between The Rock and Roman Reigns at WWE WrestleMania 41 next year in Las Vegas. Paul Heyman has cemented his place in WWE as one of the most legendary managers of all time, mastering the art of playing a heel and elevating the superstars he represents to new heights. With his time alongside Roman Reigns as the Wiseman seemingly winding down due to the natural evolution of the storyline and Reigns' current dominance, it may be time for Heyman to re-emerge with a new client in an unexpected and compelling manner. WWE has a history of blending drama, suspense, and creativity into their stories. So here's a breakdown of 5 innovative ways to reintroduce Paul Heyman as a heel manager, potentially with another kidnapping angle in WWE. One of WWE's most successful storylines in the past involved dramatic kidnappings, from Kane and The Undertaker to the unforgettable abduction of Stephanie McMahon. Paul Heyman's return could embrace a similarly dark angle, where he masterminds a kidnapping, perhaps this time targeting someone close to a top babyface wrestler, setting the stage for a psychological feud. The twist could be that Heyman's new client is someone with unfinished business in WWE, maybe a superstar returning from injury or hiatus, seeking vengeance. Let's say Aleister Black or Karrion Kross gets involved, adding an eerie and sinister tone to the storyline. The babyface, someone like Cody Rhodes, finds himself emotionally compromised and distracted as Heyman's client targets someone crucial to his personal life, like Brandy Rhodes or even Dusty's legacy, which we know WWE loves to revisit. Heyman's genius lies in his ability to orchestrate these mind games, making this kidnapping angle a perfect opportunity to showcase his manipulative heel tactics, while unveiling his new client as a force to be reckoned with. WWE has long teased NXT crossovers, and with the brand producing some of the best up-and-coming talent, Heyman could make his return by handpicking an NXT standout to unleash havoc on the main roster. Imagine Heyman appearing at a big WWE event, seemingly out of nowhere, with an NXT sensation like Braun Breaker or Ilja Dragunov by his side. This storyline could be framed as an invasion of sorts, where Heyman vows to destroy the establishment, proclaiming that his client is not here to play by the rules, but to burn everything to the ground. Breaker's explosive style or Dragunov's unrelenting aggression would fit perfectly with Heyman's gift for hyping larger-than-life athletes. Heyman could make the argument that Roman Reigns has grown complacent as the top guy and his new client will be the one to dethrone him. To add a layer of realism, this could coincide with backstage segments showing Heyman's influence over younger stars, driving home the notion that he's planting the seeds for a full-blown NXT takeover. Arguably one of the most compelling angles WWE could explore is the betrayal of Roman Reigns by his own wise men. Reigns and Heyman have been inseparable for years. But what happens when Heyman finds someone younger, hungrier, and more ruthless? Perhaps Heyman starts to view Reigns as a fading star, no longer worthy of his services. This betrayal could start subtly, with Heyman offering cryptic advice to Reigns that seems designed to weaken him in his title defenses. Eventually, Heyman would unveil his new client, someone who could directly challenge Reigns for the top spot, maybe Gunther, the current Intercontinental Champion, or Solo Sikoa, turning on Reigns and the Bloodline in one shocking night. Imagine the shock when Heyman orchestrates a brutal attack on Reigns, revealing that he has been quietly aligning with someone else to take down his former client from within. This not only gives Heyman a fresh heel direction, but also renews Reigns' storyline as he fights to reclaim his position.